Okay, this example is example 1 from module 6, lesson 2. Something else that you should be able to do, or you're going to want to know how to do on the graphing calculator, is generate equations when you have lists of data. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do now. So we've got a hockey team keeps a record of their ticket price versus revenue, and we want to generate, in part A, it says find a quadratic regression equation modeling the revenue the team earns at different ticket prices. So what we need to do first, we go to the calculator, and we're going to enter these numbers into list 1 and list 2. So I'm just going to clear my screen. I go to Stat and Edit. So I want to choose number 1. So again, I hit the Stat button and then Edit, and that gets me into my list. Now if I have old data, which I do, I just cursor up to the top to L2, I hit Clear and the down arrow, and then I do the same thing on list 1. I hit Clear and then the down arrow, and that'll clear any old data. Now I want to enter into list 1 and list 2. So into list 1, I'm going to put 15, then 18, 25, 30, 33, 38, and 45. Then I go up to list 2, and I want to enter the corresponding number. I'm just going to pause here for a minute, and you can enter that data. Okay, so I have all the information entered into list 1 and list 2. So now what I want to do is generate a quadratic regression equation from this. So what I do on the calculator is I go Stat and then over to Calc. So I cursor over to Calc, and then this window opens up. I want to choose number 5 because the question has told me that it's a quadratic regression. So I choose number 5, and then I hit Enter. And it gives me the quadratic regression equation. So now what I want to do, the second question says, how well does this data model a quadratic regression? So to check that, what I would do is turn my plots on. So if you look up at the top of your calculator, above the y equals, you'll see in blue Stat Plot. So if we go second, y equals, you want that on number 1, you want your plots on. Mine happen to be on already. If they're not, you just hit Enter, and you either switch on or off here. Now, to see the points that you plotted, you go Zoom and then the number 9. So if I cursor down, just so that you know what number 9 is, I always just, oh, I went too far. Number 9 is Zoom Stat, so that's the one you want to pick. And those are the points that we plotted. We don't have an equation yet. We haven't entered our equation yet. We're going to do that right away. We already generated the regression equation. Now if we want to paste it, we go to y equals and clear any old equations that you have. And these are kind of some weird steps here, but we want to go to y1. To paste the equation we generated, we go vars, and then statistics, so number 5, and then EQ. And that will paste the equation that we generated into y1. So when I graph it, it fits right onto the points from the list. So clearly the answer to number 2, how well does the data model a quadratic regression? Well, pretty much perfectly, I guess. So the calculator from the points we were given was able to generate that equation. Now I'm not going to answer the rest of the questions. I just wanted to show you how you would generate an equation in this one.